Welcome back into the workshop for a bit of a Dave's Diary update, and a good one it is too. I have got a dimensioning router set up. Working one, in fact. And am I happy with it? Yes. So you can hear the excitement, so it must be true. No, actually I am very happy with it, and I'm even happier that the parallel arm works as well as it should in combination with it, and it just means that this can be extended into that, how would you say, this implement, this accessory, and work as well, as it does for the track saw. It was easy to install. I just, popped a couple of pins in the appropriate holes. That holds it rock steady there. I grabbed a bit of offcut that was just lying around, dimensioned it, like I moved it, the parallel arm that is, to a point where it just touched. I ran it through, did very nice, adjusted it by 0.5 millimeter, ran it past, and what a beautiful edge it gave. It's you push it up against something like that, beautiful edge. I'm not saying it's beautiful on all sides, because I've only just given it given it a wee bit of a tickle up. This edge here still needs a little bit of work on, but it was just a piece that was lying around, and yeah, it is everything I remember it to be. Now this is just a smaller version than the one I had many years ago. In fact, 35 years ago, maybe, something like that. In fact, even though you probably won't be able to see, but just above where my finger's pointing is the very shed that I built 35 odd years ago, or probably more than that actually. And in that, I built some kitchens and some windows, etc., and using a router in a not dissimilar fashion as this. But the fence was much less tunable, adjustable, but worked very well. And it's, in fact, the fence that I'm talking about is about 6 inches away from my head. In fact, come with me. This little baby here helped me make kitchens and windows many years ago. I wasn't doing it as a professional thing. It was as a job for a friend, and I made some kitchens, and they weren't too bad. And this little fence here was what helped me. Basic, very, very basic. This, very simple, or I'm going to say simplistic. That's different. Simple, no. Simplistic, yes. Couple of arms linked together, it just done. Yeah, right. But man, so good being able to, and this is something that, like I wanted to test, how much do you adjust it out to make it, for the wee palm, trim router, to trim easily. And about 1/4 mil, 0.5 mil. You go, oh, that's not much. Exactly. So if you're wanting to have something, and this is the whole point of me calling it a dimensioning router setup, it is literally, and why I was wanting it, I can take an item, if it's a little bit over, run it past the router, trial it back into where it would need it to be fitted, or measure it, and run it, adjust it by the tiny fractions of a millimeter. Can I what fraction? Well, I don't know. 1/10 of a millimeter for a router that's made in the workshop. That's quite straightforward to make, and just using rudimentary parts that you can get, that's lying around in your workshop in this case, or you go down to the merchants and you buy the things. Now, that edge is lovely and square because of the nature of the router setup. It's nice and straight, and I can dimension it. So, what's not to love? I'm going to say the next step is make a flaming dust collector for it. And I did note the angle where the dust came out, and it is, of course, bounded by the material being cut out here and on a 45-degree angle. That's where the probably 90% of the dust was located. So I'm going to have to make up a little chute or something there to hook my vacuum into, because by crikey, it does make dust. The other thing is that I did think about is, just because you've got a fence here and can be put in any position down here for the different size panels, not just restricted to the pad here, because all of this is, that's my potential all the way down there. So what was I going to say? Oh yeah, that's right. Just because I've got a fence that this can butt up against does not mean to say it can't hit the router and cause all sorts of nasty things to happen to the router, the item, and me. So, well, I think that part of the chute that would be there to collect the dust should include some sort of featherboard so that you can feed it in. It keeps the item away from the router until such time as it wants to bite into it and trim it. Kind of, you're getting my concern there. And anything along here in that nature, just a gentle push against it and feathers in as a featherboard would be advantageous. While doing this, and as it's sitting there now, I go back to a previous video, and I was talking about the bench dogs and how the different bench dogs that we've got enabled me to put them in a position to allow my routing of this very plate here, the melamine, to the depth. And I just used a router with an extended base on it to push up against all the four edges to give me my position for the router, the limits of the router. And that choosing the different pieces of rail or timber or melamine and a combination of the different dimensions on the bench dogs permitted me to get a really nice fit. Now, you know, the router fence guide that can go around and it can be adjusted on all four, you know, like sides or in fact corners. That would be the very job that you'd want, or the item that you'd want to do that job. And I says, I wonder whether we could make smaller ones of these to do that job. And the answer is yes. The other answer is, why make smaller ones? Just make more of these ones, and you can have pieces cut that you can then adjust with this to make the guide of the for the router to work. So you don't need a specific width of piece. It can be anything lying around the workshop. Place your multiple of these, 4 of these, around your item to be milled, and hopefully it will be big enough to span the item. Whatever, we'll work that out, won't we? And or not. And then you can move this back. In this case, imagine that it was further back. We can adjust it here to give us our point where the router will push up against. You know, the router that if you're going to be routering out this for this plate. So that's an idea. The only question is the small one like this. I'm going to call this a medium-sized one. Would have to span the material being routed. Now, if you're routing a bigger panel, of course, you'd have to have one of those so that the pins can straddle the item being routed and that being used for, you know, the purposes intended. Practical? Don't know. Possible? Definitely. Just like the router guide thing that you can buy that I was talking about, they also have to be clamped into position. They just don't sit there looking pretty and allow your router to move around. They've got to be clamped into position, held in some way. So not dissimilar. My idea is that I doubt that I'd have any panel this wide, that because that's what that bigger parallel arm guide can straddle. I don't think there'd be anything bigger than this that wouldn't be able to fit underneath it. Maybe, maybe not. Sounds good to me. Anyway, I'm happy with the setup as we've got now, and the possibilities start to come when you start looking at it in use, and sitting up there a little bit, and in use, and seeing how or what else it can be used for. So, yeah, or not, I don't know. But it also, I think it helps trigger for other people their ideas, and it would be good to have some feedback on that. So feel free when these videos get posted. Yeah, when they get posted. Okie dokie. That's it. Happy camper. Might even go have a cup of tea in celebration. Okay, we'll see you later now. Bye.